Hey guys, Jason Spangler with the SanteeSwapper here. I'm actually kind of in the middle of filming some unboxings that you will see eventually on my YouTube channel, but I got in a really small box that is not really a traditional unboxing type thing, but instead this is something that I bought for my collection, and I definitely want to show you guys what I got. So any of you who follow me on the internet might know that for a while now I have been talking about my collections of OA flaps and also more recently, collection of council strips. And I've been trying to kind of put together what I would sort of describe as, and I don't know, how people normally categorize CSP collections if they have certain rules and something like that. But what I did for my collection, again, I love how you can make your own rules here. What I did for my collection was I said, I want to have a CSP from every council that ever issued a CSP. And so that means I'm not really worried about red and white strips. I'm not worried about if they had like a council patch, they didn't actually have a shoulder strip. If they had a real shoulder strip, then I wanted to have it for my collection. So I splurged and reached out to a well-known collector. I won't tell you who it is here, but some of you all would infer that anyways. And bought just a handful of items that I needed because I was getting down to the nitty gritty. When you have a collection and you need less than 10 items, that's kind of the point at which when you see an opportunity to kind of get, in this case, 9 out of the 10 or whatever, you go ahead and take it. And so that's what I did. I worked out a deal with the guy, wrote a big check, take your breath away check, and got these pieces. So let me show you what I'm so excited about. So a couple of these are ones that were just like annoying ones I didn't have. So like Greater Wyoming Council. Don't know why, I didn't have it. I couldn't find one available on eBay just to buy. So he threw it in with this deal. Same thing with Patriots Path Council. Nothing excited, nobody's gonna just write home about that, but needed that for my collection. But then there are 4 heavy hitters in this collection that I bought. And so this one here, this is Lancaster County Council. And, if you look at this patch, for example, it says Garden Spot of America. This probably, I'm sure that everyone agrees on this was used for a jamboree. But it doesn't say jamboree. And it has always been in the CSI guide, Council Shoulder Insignia Guide, and there's lots of predecessors before it. It's always going to be considered, a CSP. And so it's one of these where for the Lancaster County Council, this is the only shoulder patch they ever issued before merging and going away. So it always got counted. And the same is true of all these other ones you're fixing to see, guys. You had to kind of get this patch in order to finish your collection. So if you're going to collect council shoulder patches, this is going to be one of the top 5 that you need, probably. Maybe there's a couple others, but for me, this was what I needed. All right, this one. I actually had this patch about 10 years ago. I got lucky and bought a collection where the guy had earned this patch at Camp Emerson in 1972. This is Riverside County Council in California. And as you can see, this is a shoulder strip. Now, sometimes with these early shoulder strips, again, like the Lancaster, it gets a little funky because they are sort of like, they're shoulder strips, but in this case, it's like a camp shoulder strip, right? But again, you go back to council strips. Riverside County Council, which merges, I think maybe in 72 or 73, probably in 73, a lot of mergers happen around then. When they transition from having a red and white strip to a CSP, this is the only CSP they made, the classic shape, that we would have. So Camp Emerson. I had one of these. I sold it on eBay about 10 years ago when I wasn't really caring about keeping up with a CSP collection, and I had to buy it back, but I got it. All right, next one. Mattatuck Council. Again, almost absolutely sure this would have been a jamboree issue because it says Region 1 on it, but Mattatuck Council, it looks like a shoulder strip, it looks like a duck, as they say. So that's what it's been classified as, and it's the only one from Mattatuck Council. You had to have it. So now I've got one. All right, next up, Chief Shabona Council. This is a beautiful design. Chief Shabona Council, similar story. I have done checklists and stuff, but I can't give you all the background history story on these patches that some other collectors in the hobby could do, because I kind of cut the line and just said, okay, I'm going to buy them all in one big spot. And then the last one is this one here, Central Indiana Council, the band. So this was like a region band strip. So again, probably was for a jamboree. Maybe wasn't. Maybe it was just one they made and boys who were in the band wore this. But this is another one of those. It's been always in the CSI guide. It's always been considered a council shoulder strip. So there you go. Boom. So in this stack, I think there's 7 of them, and 5 of them are super hard to get, really like, scratching them off the list. So I literally just have one need left, one shoulder patch left, and I'll have a complete collection of council shoulder patches. Can you guess what it is? Yes, it's the Bronx Valley. Okay, I won't keep you in suspense. I need a Bronx Valley. So if anyone has a Bronx Valley in reasonable price, don't rake me over the coals, because I'm telling you it's my last need. But if you have one for reasonable price, shoot me an email, and maybe I can finish my council shoulder patch collection, get it framed, and I can have it ready for summer camp, because that's one of my goals, is to get all these things framed up. I got to have labels on the bottom. I got to do all the, I'm sort of OCD about that. But anyways, I'm super excited about this buy. It was money well spent. What I always sort of say to people when they ask is that, on eBay, I'm selling $5 and $10 patches all day long, every day, whatever. But ultimately, what I really get excited about is taking those sales of $5 and $10 patches and turning them into things that I want to keep for my collection. Because I've always been a collector first. There's actually a guy on YouTube that you could follow if you're interested in baseball cards, sports cards. And it's kind of funny. He has this tagline that he uses at the beginning of every video. And he says, I'm a collector, investor, dealer, in that order. I'm not sure I quite agree with all that, but I get the point that at first, at his heart, he is a collector, he has a collection, but then also, at the end, he's wheeling and dealing, and he's got stuff that he's selling to help pay for this collection. And that's exactly what I've done. I've wheeled and dealed to help pay for these really nice pieces I need. So I know that nobody else watching this video is going to get nearly excited about opening this box as I did, but I wanted to show it to you guys, because I always recognize that, we all have these moments where you get stuff that's like killer needs for your collection. And, it's kind of a hobby sometimes where you can't really celebrate with anybody. I guess you can go to a traderie if there's one in your area and show people some stuff. So for me, I can just kind of get excited and share through these videos and through my YouTube channel. So thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.